We're live.
Awesome. What's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Running Gun Podcast. I'm Jay Peeps. That sleeping man over there to the left. Yeah. Oh, well, he just woke up. That's
Hello
JC.
there.
And tonight we have a guest with us, a very special guest, former Prairie View quarterback, former SWAC champion, and current FAMU co-offensive coordinator, Coach KJ Black, has joined us.
And quarterbacks coach.
And quarterbacks coach.
There we go.
I'm excited.
Go.
Coach, how you doing?
Man, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Oh man,
Yes,
are you ready for
sir.
today? Are you ready for this? This is going to be a solid 45 minutes of straight John. Are you sure you're ready for this, Coach?
We just talked about it before we came on air, man. I got a bunch of quarterbacks. All we do is laugh and talk. So this is what I do.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP.
This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Denny Hendricks.
And you are listening to
And you are listening to
And you're listening to
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
Are you ready?
Do you recognize that song, Coach?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know you could.
Nope.
Oh, it's because they haven't played it. They haven't played it since they've been there. That's why. So that song is "Backstabbers" by the Marching 100.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, I haven't
it's
heard
just
that
they
one yet.
haven't.
I've been here. I've been here almost. What is this? Going into my third year. I've only had 1 year of football, so I haven't got to hear.
Yeah, they used to play it a lot at classics and stuff, but they need to bring it back, honestly. But let's get started with the first quarter. So my first question is for you: what makes FAMU different from Prairie View?
Woo! Right out the gate. So far, I think the biggest difference.
The dancers.
So, biggest
Don't say that.
difference is probably just the national brand recognition, the ability to go anywhere, whether it be in-state, out-state, have that Rattler head on your shirt, on your polo, on your bag, and be recognized. It's a big deal, both recruiting and just from a pride and encouragement standpoint. It's just a difference maker. It's hard to explain, but it makes a difference.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a question for you from your younger years. All right. When you transferred from Western Kentucky, I believe it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why an HBCU?
That's a great question. See, I like you. You did your homework. To be honest with you, man, I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, but my parents and we moved to Louisville when I was about 9 or 10. And in Kentucky, there just really aren't a bunch of HBCUs. There is one, but it's not as celebrated, as talked about, as recognized as the HBCUs down here in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama area. So when I decided to make a decision, or when I made a decision to leave Western Kentucky, I was like, man, what would it be like for an HBCU? Something my dad had always talked about. My grandmother talked about it a lot. And so I just kind of entertained it. I took a trip down to Prairie View and I fell in love, and I ended up being there for 10 years.
It was the dancers.
Boy, man.
And I ended up being there for 10 years as a student, as a graduate assistant, as a coach, and fell in love with it.
I'm glad you cleared that up, Coach, because when you said you were there for 10 years as a student, I was getting a little worried.
I do have 2 degrees, but it didn't take me 10 years to get them, though.
So now that we've talked about the college years, I gotta reference this. What was it like leading up to that 2009 game against Grambling, where y'all finally had pulled off the undoable?
Man, that's all I heard about as soon as I stepped on campus in January was we got to be Grambling. And at the time, I didn't realize how big it was. And I really didn't realize how big it was until I pulled up to the stadium. I see around, I see 60,000 people there. And once we won, the clock stopped the clock. People started streaming the field, and I ended up going into the stand. There were literally older alumni crying because they said they had never seen Prairie View Grambling. Like, it was that.
Wow.
Like, picture old women like crying, shaking my hand, like giving me hugs. Like, it was unbelievable. And so it was to see that and to even live that 2009 season or something that I myself, along with my teammates, we carry that with us. We take pride in the group that helped turn it around. It didn't start in 2009, a couple years before me actually turning the program around. 2009 was the year that we actually won the first SWAC championship in over 40 years. That's great.
So when you were at, I got to go back a little bit. When you were at Western Kentucky, was old Willie Taggart there?
Yes, he was. He was my actually recruiting coach. He's the one that sat in my house and got me to go to Western Kentucky.
Okay. How was it playing for him?
It was actually pretty good. Me and him had a good relationship. I feel like I could go to him about anything. I only had a year with him, but as a freshman, as an 18-year-old, you need somebody to kind of lean on when you make your freshman mistake. You all know what I'm talking about. You do some stuff that you ain't supposed to do because it's your time out the house. Yeah. And he was a good, father figure type off the field or away from home, I should say. Somebody who I could call when I needed some advice. So he was good for me. I would say that he was good for me.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. I want to go back to 2009. I feel like I'm investigating your files. I want to go back to 2009. So the SWAC championship, right? You made mention of that. Walk us through what's going on in your head in that SWAC championship. You had already faced Alabama and A&M during the season, right? Mm-hmm. That was a close one. Walk us through that game here and walk us through another close one right there.
It was kind of close. All right, so if we're really gonna dive into the game, we were winning 35-0 at half. Like, game was over with the first time we played. Oh my God! In the second half, we fell asleep. They took advantage, to their credit, and brought them back to make it close.
Seriously?
Second SWAC championship game was a great game, back and forth. It was a good game. And to be honest with you, if our backup running back, Mike Jason, doesn't make a game-saving tackle on a punt return with like less than a minute left in the game, we probably lose. He dives and grabs the shoe with the guy.
Last man to beat. Yeah, he was the last one to beat. Yeah.
Without that, probably lose. So, it was a great game, man. Heck of a game. I wish that I could get that game remastered to make it look good, so when I show my players, they don't talk about me about how old I am. But it was a great game, and one that I feel like is overlooked. A lot of people don't talk about Prairie View's last championship, and it was a great game.
People don't ask this question enough, but I always wanted to ask somebody who won a championship, like a SWAC championship, what'd you get for winning?
A trophy, a ring, key to the city.
So you got a ring?
That key work at the bank?
What? No. What I did get a ring. Got a ring.
Wow. What a ring
at?
There you go. Good answer.
Hey, I don't wear it to work. We got to win one here. I ain't about to show them what I did. I'm trying to do what we doing now. Stay in the present.
Okay.
I feel that. I feel you.
Okay. You don't be enticing them with it. You don't be poking it at them, being like, "This what you."
I do that on home visits. Do that on home visits though. I will pull it out when I do home visits and recruiting. That's fine.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I want to see the ring. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want to see the ring too.
My question now is, what did it take for Coach Simmons to persuade you to come to Tallahassee?
The dancers.
And then what was it like when you?
Another great question. To be honest with you, man, he gave me my first job. When he first took the Prairie View job in 2015, I was a graduate assistant. I had just finished my GA year. You only get more to do something. I finished my second year of grad school, and I had never met the man before in my life. But come to find out, when I played at Western Kentucky, he was the running back coach at Middle Tennessee State. So we ended up playing against each other. He recognized me. I didn't recognize him. So when he pulled up to campus and I was supposed to be the one chaperoning him and taking him to the president and all that, I introduced myself. He says, "Man, I know who you are." He said, "I've talked to a lot of coaches and stuff, and we'll have a conversation after I talk to the president." So he goes, talks to the president, and after that, he gets done and gets ready to go to his car and says, "Man, we'll talk, but I'm looking forward to working with you." And as a 24, 25-year-old, I'm like, I can get the job. So just out of blue air, it comes to, it's true what they say. You never know who's watching. You're always on the interview, whether you're playing, whether you're working, whether you're just hanging out. You never know who you're going to end up seeing later on in life. 7 years later, I'm still with him. We've been great together. Haven't had a losing season. We've done pretty well together.
It's okay. Y'all won't have a losing season this coming year. Y'all won't have one this coming fall.
No.
I can bank on that.
He's already said you guys are going to win the championship. So
I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna just say we're gonna play hard and we're gonna play well. That's all
I'm just gonna ask you this last quick question. What's the energy like in there? Go ahead and talk your stuff about the energy in there. Not playing this year, but not coming into the fall, and y'all chomping at the bit in the new conference.
I feel good about it. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel good about where we are as a team. I feel good about who we have, not only as coaches but as support staff. And I just feel good. We're as long as we handle business and do what we're supposed to do, we'll have a good season.
Do you all think you'll be able to hoist one of these pictures next year?
Oh,
Stop.
What is
So that was what Alabama State.
That's not my job. My job is I coach the quarterback. Hey, but I do miss the swag though. A lot of people ask me what's the difference between the swag and the MEAC. That's the difference.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as we transition now to the HBC world for this part of the podcast, this is a question I asked Allison last week, or no, not last week, but the last time we had her on, and now I figured I kind of should bring it back for you. What do you feel needs to be done in order to see more HBCU players get selected in the not the HBCU draft, but in the NFL draft?
Ooh. And I'm just going to speak from my personal experience. I think it's just getting the opportunity, and not necessarily. I'm not talking about just the combine or anything like that, but usually if players are getting selected for the draft, that doesn't happen late. People don't get drafted late in the process. There's a lot of work that's done on these young men in order to invest that type of money, resources. So when I say an investment needs to be made from scouts to come earlier, do more projections, see more games, spend more time with the young men that we have, just like they spend that time with the guys at the top 5 level and the group 5 level, that would enhance our ability to get players drafted. That's a personal view for me. I think more seeing them around more, coming by more than just a couple times, maybe that will help our chances as far as getting those players drafted.
Okay. I agree. There was something that I had said. Oh, JC, you had something?
No. I was gonna agree with him. I've already given my take on this before, but
yeah.
I think that what's going on now is pretty much the stepping stones of getting to a bigger level for HBCUs, especially with and I don't know if you could talk about this, but the almost antics, I guess, you know, let me be careful with that word. Let me be careful with that word. But Dion. I mean, and I don't know what you can say about this, you know, but it's good exposure in the end. In the end,
it is.
Prime time.
You know, he got his mind.
Prime time. Prime time.
See y'all September
5th. There you go. There you go.
Don't be scared. We ain't gonna tell nobody. It's just between us.
I like that response though.
And swag fan.
I like that response though, but most definitely, like I had told Allison and said on a previous episode, I'm a believer that I feel as though you need to televise more of these games because, to be honest, more of these HBCU games, and having seen them for 23 years of my life, they're better than most of these Group of Five games that are on like these ESPNUs and ESPN2 and ESPN most of these nights. Like, trust me, I would much rather watch FAMU play against Grambling or watch Prairie View play against Grambling than I would watch like North Texas play against Tulsa.
I'll say this: there are some Group of Five conferences that have decent draws and have decent talent. There are also some Group of Fives that do not. And the only difference between us and them is the letters, the FBS versus FCS letters. And to an extent, there are not a lot of experiences or atmospheres that rival HBCUs. And a lot of people don't know that because they've never experienced an HBCU game, let alone a classic. That's a whole different deal. But if you were to experience the FAMU Southern game, just a game, a home game, 2019, you would say you were at a Power 5 game. The way the crowd was interactive between the whistles, between the quarters, between the drives. Come on, man. That was some of the best as far as environments I've ever been in.
I got a request.
State Fair Classic in Dallas between Prairie View and Grambling. Grambling Southern, Bayou Classic, Florida Classic. Come on, man. Don't get me started.
When y'all take the field, when y'all take the field against Jackson State next year.
This year.
We want y'all to send them a welcoming message. We want y'all to welcome them with welcome Dion with open arms. And if you could, just get your captains to step up.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And say, with the band, just step up and say,
I got soul and I'm super bad.
Just let him know where he is. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? I thought.
You see?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna be the Fort Myers Beach one.
I thought it was gonna be that too. I was worried.
Hey, September 5th, I got my job to make sure the quarterbacks don't mess it up. So that's all I'm gonna be worried about.
I can't wait. I will be there. I'll be down there. I'm excited.
But you know, when a win or if a win comes out, you know, can we use your face for the next poster?
No.
It'll look so good up there. It'll look so good. That could be you.
No.
That could be you, Coach.
Coach, I'm not gonna let them do it. I'm not gonna let them do that, Coach.
Coach, you got the perfect name for trash talking. You do.
But what you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying. After you talk about him, say signed, sealed, delivered by KJ Black.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Mine was way better. See, if you're gonna use me, you gotta use mine.
I'm glad I recorded that.
We'll use that.
We'll use it. I'm glad I recorded it. Yeah, we got you.
That was good.
We got you.
But I will say, you guys are basically like the icing on the cake for what's. And I know a lot of people talk about the FBS opening weekend, but the opening weekend for HBCU football is pretty good too. Yeah. Like you got Alcorn and NC Central, you got South Carolina State and Alabama A&M, you got Grambling and Tennessee State and Canton, and then it all culminates at 6, 7 o'clock in Miami Gardens with FAMU and Jackson State. So I mean, Look, hey, FAMU's already sold out their tickets. I know the FAMU is going to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I wouldn't say. Well, I'm not sure how official it is. I will say when I went to go buy tickets, all that was left on FAMU's side was some end zone seats.
Wow.
But when I looked at Jackson State's side, there was a lot still available.
We got the perfect song for y'all to come into.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
Don't. I was gonna say just. Oh.
Why?
Oh.
Really? Y'all bailing on me. I can't believe this. Okay.
But
now y'all want to get brand new because he came with his team shirt on. Now y'all want to act like. See,
you know what, man?
I'm done.
His statement was cooler than yours, bro.
It was.
I give it to him.
I give it to him.
It's like he's been saying that a long time.
He has.
Been saying that a long time.
I got a broadcast marketing background, so I got a little something in there.
See?
Okay, we gotta communicate after the show. You. All right.
If he had come along and if he was playing in the 80s or the 90s, he'd have a gold grill. That's just how cool he is. I'm just trying to tell y'all.
Oh my
Lord.
Oh goodness gracious. But yeah.
And he got quiet.
Those last two games. Well, we already know Grambling and Tennessee State's going to be on possibly NFL Network because it is the Pro Football Hall of Fame kickoff classic game. But I'm like Dion and I'm like Coach Simmons. This game between y'all and Jackson State needs to be on ESPN.
Well, I mean that's the headline game. If you really want to talk about it, the hype of Jackson State, you know, the pride, the pageantry, the tradition of FAMU, the upward rise of FAMU. That's the marquee game. But also Tennessee State, Eddie George's first game.
Yes.
You know, Coach Fobbs, who's done a heck of a job at Grambling. A lot of people are kind of down on him, and they shouldn't be because he's a heck of a coach. His build up, his bounce back, really bounce back. That's a big game too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm in that.
State. Anytime one of the Blue Bloods plays Tennessee State, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have my eye on that one while getting ready for the one at 6:00.
Quick question.
Now we in the third quarter.
Yes, I know. Before we go to the NFL, what is it like being a co-offensive coordinator? How do y'all, does one person make the calls per quarter? Do you all sit and pick out the plays together? Is it in case one of y'all gets in trouble? What?
This is what I say because I can't say too much. I will say this: me and Coach Stanchek, who we just hired recently a few months ago from Southern Miss, now coaching our offensive line, we get along great. We laugh every day. We laugh like we're laughing now on the show. We have a good time. We work great together. Coach Simmons kind of gives us different things to kind of focus on during the week, and we have no issues, man. We collaborate. We, give each other pointers on both areas, but we kind of stay in our lane. It's great. We haven't had issues. So we've had a lot of fun. Probably more fun than you probably should be having at work, so to speak.
Don't say that online. Don't say that online.
That makes the job even better. Honestly, that makes the job even
hire
better.
two good people that work together. They get the job done.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, make work fun.
Hey, we done made a hole in the wall, and we showing up whenever. I mean, it could be bad. Sound like it was bad.
No, sound like an old blues song. Hole in the wall.
Nah, it's great. Go Stanchek's the man, and I'm glad we got him. He's gonna make us.
Yeah. So I was gonna start off with something else for the NFL. But I got to start off with this because you are a Jacksonville fan. Urban
Is that
Meyer
on purpose, by the way? Are you a Jacksonville fan on purpose?
I said earlier, where am I from, JC? JC, where am I from?
Jacksonville.
Hold on now.
Yeah.
But now Urban Meyer,
born in Jacksonville, and then you moved to Louisville.
Yeah, you moved to Louisville.
It's Louisville, not Louisville.
Louisville.
It's Louisville.
Man, you know I'm from the South, man. I can't pronounce
Louisville's in the South.
It's more south than Florida. I've been there. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's on purpose. It's on purpose.
Okay. So are you excited about Tebow?
No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Someone gets it.
Thank you.
Someone gets it. How do you feel about Travis Etienne could end up being a hybrid at the running back position?
If I'm being honest, I think people are blowing that out of proportion. If you really listen to the man talk, they said Trevor Lawrence wasn't able to hand the ball off yet. Meaning, why would I put my running back there if I can't throw the ball? So why not give him a chance to get some additional reps receiver? That way he's already ahead of schedule. He's already been a running back for 4 years where he's got over 600 something carries probably for a day. Let me just put him out there and let him get some extra reps.
Right.
How is he not able to hand the ball off yet to the same guy he's been handing the ball off to in college?
Well, if they're running the ball to the right, he has to extend his left arm, which is the one he had surgery on.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining that.
Ball, swings his arm, he might mess up.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's smart.
So, my other question is, what is it going to take for Jackson? I'm not going to say get to the playoffs yet. Well, I guess it wouldn't get into the playoffs. But what's it going to take for Jacksonville to take back that AFC South division?
Move to the NFC East?
Yeah, thank Lord. I'm glad somebody said it. Go somewhere else.
It's kind of already falling that way, though, if we're being honest. The decline of Houston. Listen to me. The decline of Houston.
Listen.
The decline of Tennessee. Tennessee is not the same team. They've lost a lot. I'm not saying that Jacksonville right now is better than them, but they're not the same team. And the Colts, I mean, does anybody here believe in Carson Wentz? Or are we going to do that?
In that division,
No,
yeah.
hold on. Whoa, hold on now. I believe in Carson Wentz in Indianapolis.
Well, here we go.
Because he has a line.
He got a nice offensive line. He got a running game. Oh, my goodness. It looks leagues above what he just came from in Philadelphia. Way better. If I'm him coming off of, some not so great.
I'm not buying Carson Wentz. Carson, he got to show me. So right now, you can arguably say Jacksonville is fighting to be the second best team in the AFC South right now.
Wow. You should run for
Which means
office.
what?
You really should run for office.
7 games? Jacksonville wins 7 games?
Oh, I'm not even going to commit to that one.
I wouldn't commit to 7.
I ain't committed to that one.
Oh.
It's still Urban Meyer's first year.
Houston twice. And if they split with everybody else, the other 2, that's 4.
It's still Urban Meyer's first year. So I'm not going to commit to any.
The man ain't calling plays. He hired NFL guys to call plays.
You got a point.
I'm sure Nick Saban did too.
No, actually.
I can see Jacksonville maybe taking like 6.
We're talking about one difference. All right, I'm good.
That's what he said. That's what he said. 6.
We had completely different numbers.
I think they need to get rings if they get 4.
You need to calm down.
Hey, listen, if they get 2, throw them a party, man.
Oh, wow. I gave him 4, Coach.
Move on.
Across all them bridges, I want to see a float going. I want to see it.
Because I'm looking at this. I mean, look, of course, like I said, they play the Texans twice. They play Cincinnati.
That's up in the air. That's a toss-up.
They play Atlanta. They play.
Brian might be hurt.
Okay.
They play the Dolphins.
They're a good team. That's going to be a tough one.
They play the Broncos.
That's probably a win. That's probably a win.
And then they play the Jets as well.
That's a
win.
That's a game. Nah, I don't even want to watch that game.
See, now he's saying that he doesn't know about that, coach, because he likes Zach Wilson.
No, I just don't want to watch that game.
Oh.
Right now, the Cowboys look like they're favored to win in the NFC least division. But Washington looks like they may stand to repeat. What say you, Coach?
Who's Washington's quarterback again?
They drew.
Exactly. All right. So push them over there.
Okay.
Push them over there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. You know who my surprise team in the East is?
Don't say the
NFC?
Giants. Oh. What?
Hey, there's a
What's
lot.
in,
I'm not
wait a
gonna
minute.
lie.
What's in that bottle you were drinking out of? What?
He's there. Hold on now. Let him talk. He's there.
I was gonna say.
He know what he's saying. Come on now.
Year three for Daniel Jones. So usually when guys are up for contract, start to play a little better. Please see Baker Mayfield. He had to do that. Saquon back. Had to throw in Kadarius Toney with Evan Ingram and.
Oh, I forgot about Kadarius.
As he's a free agency, they might be all right.
Right.
Now they're not going to be super now, but they might win the East though.
Right.
Last year the Giants were really injured, man. They were down bad.
I was happy about that.
I will say there's a lot of people.
Division. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a lot of people that are giving the Giants some hype this year. There's a lot of people doing that. It's quietly, but it's building.
I know I usually throw a lot of NFC East slander around a lot, but I actually like the NFC East. It's the reason it's seen as
non-threatening.
The reason it's seen as the worst division is because generally they beat up on each other all year.
Or they're just generally bad.
Thank you.
Or they're bad. They're bad sometimes.
They're bad.
But
last year they were extraordinarily bad. But yeah.
They're bad.
But I will say, in Carson Wentz's defense, Carson Wentz was getting sacked, getting off the bus. There's nothing he could have done behind that offensive line because he didn't have the skills that Jalen Hurts had. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Oh, whoa.
Washington didn't look good last year. Is that what you said?
I said Carson Wentz.
They didn't. No, hold on.
Washington looked good compared to the NFC East.
Right, they look good against the NFC East. You're right.
The Giants didn't have Saquon. The Giants had injuries.
What are you talking about? You're going from team to team. I started out with the Eagles. You went to the Redskins. Coach, it's your show. I'm just going to be quiet.
You going to do me like this?
Yes.
You going to do me like this?
Michigan State has their 80-year streak of having, at least one player selected in the NFL draft.
Yeah. Came to an end.
It stopped. 80 years.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You can't. There's nothing you can really say about that. No, that 80 years.
80 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You really can't even come back and say anything. You're right. That's done.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them. That's a heck of a record.
That is. But I will say this next one kind of refers to everybody in the realm of college football. The NCAA is reducing the amount of padless practices to at least 7, and the amount of padded practices will be reduced from 21 to 18. Mm-hmm. Now, this ruling comes from a 5-year study that shows players suffered more concussions during preseason practice than games. Now, I mean, as a coach and as a former player, what's your stance on that?
As a coach, I wish we had more practices. I wish they wouldn't take them from us, added practices, because we don't get, like the NFL, we don't get preseason games, get a chance to see those guys compete against other people. So the more reps we can get with pads and everything like that is only going to make us better. But I understand from a player's standpoint, I understand, and it may help with injuries overall. I mean, that's just sense. Least amount of times me and you go head to head every day. Save a few guys from injuries and better product on Saturdays. We'll have to see. But for coach, I wish I had those extra practices last season. I want to make sure.
I know as a player, it used to disturb me when I would see how many guys would be walking through the locker room putting on knee braces. And we haven't played one game yet. This is just spring or fall. I get what you're saying as a coach, but we used to kill each other because there was nobody else to hit.
Yeah, but then after a while, it got stale, didn't it?
Yes.
Well, no. It got stale until you like landed a good hit on somebody, and then it's like,
chippy.
But
okay,
still, the most he was mad. That's different.
yeah, okay,
got
that'll
chippy.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
it got chippy. You're right. You're right. Wow.
But I mean, that's just how it is, though. That's with anything. After if you're doing something every day, eventually you want to try something different. So I mean, that's football. And as a coach, you have to find ways to make it interesting, to put a new shine on, keep those guys interested and focused for a month. But for the good ones, it doesn't affect them. Good ones, they know what they're preparing for and they're ready to go when the game.
Guys, can I ask him one more question?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Morgan Freeman.
What's the most shocking thing that has happened to you sitting in a recruit's house?
The most shocking, probably the. Can I say this?
Yeah, you don't have to put the name on there.
You
You
keep
can
it
say it.
anonymous, but throw it out there.
I gotta put my recruiting coordinator hat on.
And your wife is watching.
But I wouldn't say the most shocking, but the most interesting thing that I've done is I think me and the head coach one time did a home visit. And we were there for 7 hours.
On purpose?
7.
Yeah.
The food must have been good.
I was gonna say y'all ate 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
No, we wanted him and it didn't have. We didn't even get him. That's the problem. We didn't get him, but I was there for 7 hours. So,
Gosh. Would you wash
back.
cars and stuff?
Yeah, I was about to say y'all
Look,
hang out. Play.
we had we had an appetizer, we had dinner, we had dessert, we had a second dessert, we had played dominoes, we were doing all that.
Oh wow.
My goodness.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Honestly, I will say this though. The one thing that, and I had when I was at the Southern game, this is still staying on the topic of NCAA football. I went to the Southern game. I went to the pep rally the night before, and my mother, who's an alumni class of
Don't do
'85,
that.
it's fine. There's a lot of Rattlers that are probably older than her, younger than her watching this. It's fine. She leaned over to me and she told me something that really stuck with me because you guys are a very young staff. And she was like, you know what? I like this coaching staff. This is exactly what these boys need because like you guys are able to connect more with them than the previous 2 staffs that had come along. And like even she was saying it and a lot of her friends were saying it, you know, this program is in a better place right now than it was in 2017 and prior. So coming from an alumni that can't really say anything because she doesn't have Twitter, I will honestly say that you guys have literally won the hearts of a lot of alumni. You guys have the support, most definitely. And coming from us, we really feel like the best is yet to come from Florida A&M. So,
I'm gonna have to tell everybody that in the staff meeting tomorrow.
Most definitely. Yeah, let them know.
That's awesome. That's good to hear because I mean we try to keep our head down and focused on what we're doing, but it's good to hear that.
Are y'all gonna beat Bethune-Cookman this year?
Why?
Oh.
See, we had 3 minutes left. We had
It's
3
great.
minutes left.
Oh, Lord.
I was trying to avoid this question.
Oh, you should have told me.
I mean, look, honestly, I'll tell you.
I didn't ask you. I asked
you. But
I asked Coach KJ Black.
we trying to
Black.
cover.
Come on, Black. We gonna beat Bethune-Cookman this year.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I got you. Throw that challenge flag on yourself there. I got
Well, who's
you.
it
You ain't
going
got it. Huh?
Yes.
I'm throwing it on
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
We will get it. We will get it.
Why is he throwing the challenge flag and you agreed?
Never mind. He answered it. He answered it. I was trying to save you, man. You ain't have to.
I like that because honestly, I'll tell you now, the one thing that I would love nothing more than to see is y'all win that game, and then I want to see Jay Walker take that walk of shame down to the field and have to present y'all with the trophy. I wanted to tell Tiffany Green that, but we ran out of time. But that's the one thing I want to see. I want to see him walk through that crowd of all of y'all and look at every single one of y'all in the eye, because I know y'all know what he's been saying, and I want to see him hand Willie Simmons and you that trophy.
No. I want to see you walk through and hand the coaches from BCC.
Don't. Oh.
But with your picture.
Oh no!
That's what I'm. But with your picture.
That's
what
I knew it was gonna be some nasty. You know what? I'm just glad he didn't say the dances this time.
Right?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I look, man. 24 karat. 24 karat. I'm telling you.
It's 14 karat.
It's 24 karat. It depends on what glasses you're looking at him through. It's
wow. Honestly, I will say, I feel like when y'all play Alabama State, like that's just gonna come to your mind at a random point one day.
When you see him.
Hey, if it does, I'm gonna tag y'all on Twitter, and I'm gonna find that picture and put it out there.
Yes. Oh my goodness!
I'll be pulling for FAMU next year though. I'm letting you know, against BCC, but I will. I'll be pulling for that. You're a good dude, man.
You are, yeah. You're cool. Like I said, the whole staff is cool. I'm excited for 2021. Wish we could have seen 2020, but it's going to be even better, I think, in 2021.
Now, when you become a head coach and you see this application come across your desk for a coaching position, you're like, why was somebody this old? Just remember, it came from me.
Oh, wow.
Why was somebody with no experience? It came from me.
I do have experience.
Oh, you coached before. Where you coached at?
I actually did with a semi-pro team, the Tampa Bay Bulldogs.
I said
under Coach E. See, y'all thought I was joking. I'm telling you.
I didn't say nothing. No.
Hey, y'all might want to close the show because it's like 50 seconds left.
Yeah.
But I was trying to finagle my way into the job.
We thank you so much for joining us. Where can we find you out on social media?
Good thing it's on the bottom. Oh, the first one. It was.
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter, at Coach Black _QB. And I mean, I'm easy to get a hold of on Twitter. I try to respond to everybody. Just realize that I do have a bunch of young men and stuff that are hitting me up about recruiting, so I'll get to you if I can. But I'm more Twitter than anything else.
So when you became a coach, did you have to get rid of the OnlyFans?
Stop.
Please.
Stop.
Oh, listen, I'm JC. He's J Peeps. Thanks for joining us on this show. And please don't. Oh gosh, man. Ooh. Oh, what's up? Sorry for the bit of lateness. There's been some technical difficulties, but we are beyond that now.
Yes, sir.
I'm JC.
I'm J Peeps. Welcome to another episode of Running Podcast.
Wonderful episode for you today. Lots of
An
stuff
amazing
to talk about.
episode.
An amazing episode. Lots of stuff to talk about.